is in Houston for us now. So how's the cleanup actually going in the wake of Hurricane Harvey, Diane?
Well, the cleanup is coming along, but as you can see behind me, this is very typical of what you see in neighborhoods all over the city. People have emptied the contents of their home that were flooded. Much of this stuff was touched by floodwaters, and it's gotten moldy. You have to get these items out of your home within 20 to 48 hours because of the threat of mold. Now, in other areas, people haven't been able to do that yet, and so mold is growing, and it's putting their health in jeopardy. Help has finally arrived at Tony Green's home 4 weeks after Hurricane Harvey. Volunteers rip out drywall and discard belongings ruined by floodwaters.
That's mold.
Mold is everywhere, crawling up walls, creeping inside closets.
Mold.
Yeah.
Is this typical of what you see in their homes?
This is, especially if they've had, 4 feet in water and it's been several weeks post-Harvey.
It could also be threatening Green's health.
After I clean up, it seemed like I had a cough. So I've been taking cough syrup to still have the cough a little bit.
Extended exposure to mold without protection from face masks and gloves can trigger a number of illnesses, from allergies to respiratory disease to skin irritation. In hot, humid Texas, flooding from Harvey made Houston the perfect breeding ground for mold. Since the hurricane, Harris County, which includes Houston, has seen a slight increase in respiratory ailments. On streets all over Houston, residents have piled up the flood-damaged contents of their home, waiting to have it picked up. And you can smell the mold on everything from furniture to clothing to mattresses. And even though they think they've gotten rid of all the mold, it could still be lingering inside their houses. Mold can hide in appliances and spread to ventilation systems.
Hey, how are you? I'm Dr. Shaw. Whoa.
That's why Harris County's Public Health Director, Dr. Umair Shaw, and his staff are going door to door urging residents to use caution around it.
Anything that's touched that flood water, that you just treat that with extra care and caution. We're saying, when in doubt, throw it out. If there are things that you can't clean, you can't disinfect, if you can't assure that that is going to be safe, then go ahead and throw it out.
So all we're going to ask you to do is spit into the tube.
Researchers from Baylor College of Medicine are also monitoring the public's exposure to mold.
So this one's going to go just inside the nose.
They're collecting nasal and saliva samples from volunteers at community events to test for mold toxicity.
We're able to do some pretty amazing analysis, so we'll know exactly which types of mold individuals have been exposed to.
It could be months before the test results are compiled, and Baylor knows the extent of mold exposure in Houston. As for Tony Green, he's decided not to take any chances with his cough.
I am worried a little bit about it, so I'm going to have to go to the doctor and get it checked out.
And that could prevent a minor irritation from becoming a medical emergency.